The Old Man and the Sea, part 27. I had better rebait, bait again, right? The line. So to put the fish in the hook, to put the bait there. I had better rebait that line, that little line out over the stern, he said. If the fish decides to stray another night, I will need to eat again, and the water is low in the bottle. I don't think I can get anything but a dolphin here. But if I eat him fresh enough, he won't be bad. I wish a flying fish would come on board tonight, but I have no light to attract them. A flying fish is excellent to eat raw, and I would not have to cut him up. I must save all my strength now. Christ, I did not know he was so big. I'll kill him though, he said, in all his greatness and his glory. Although it is unjust, he thought, but I will show him what a man can do and what a man endures. I told the boy I was a strange old man, he said. Now is when I must prove it. The 1,000 times that he had proved it meant nothing. Now he was proving it again. Each time was a new time, and he never thought about the past when he was doing it. Read that again. That's a beautiful paragraph. Okay, I'll read that again for you. I'll do that favor. All right, you're welcome. The 1,000 times that he had proved it meant nothing. Now he was proving it again. Each time was a new time, and he never thought about the past when he was doing it. I wish he'd sleep, and I could sleep and dream about the lions, he thought. Why are the lions the main things that is left in his memory, right? Don't think, old man, he said to himself. Rest gently now against the wood and think of nothing. He's working. Work as little as you can. It was getting into the afternoon, and the boat still moved slowly and steadily. But there was an added drag now from the easterly breeze, and the old man rowed gently with the small sea, and the hurt of the cord across his back came to him easily and smoothly. Like a smooth street that is not, all rugged. This is smooth. Once in the afternoon, the line started to rise again, but the fish only continued to swim at a slightly higher level. The sun was on the old man's left arm and shoulder and on his back, so he knew the fish had turned east of north. Now that he had seen him, he could picture the fish swimming in the water with his purple pectoral fins, set wide as wings, and the great erect tail slicing through the dark. Just like you slice a tomato, right? So cutting through the dark. I wonder how much he sees at that depth, the old man thought. His eye is huge, and a horse with much less eye can see in the dark. Once I could see quite well in the dark, not in the absolute dark, but almost as a cat sees. The sun, in his steady movement of his fingers, had uncramped his left hand now completely. And he began to shift more of the strain to it, and shrugged the muscles of his back to shift the hurt of the cord a little. We use shrug a lot when we don't know, and then we do like this. So this is shrug, right? So I said, Lucia, what happened to my cake? Right? Of course, here he's talking about specifically this shoulder movement, because if the cord, right, is across my shoulder, so I'm going to shrug, and it will change the position there. If you're not tired, fish, he said aloud, you must be very strange. Remember, the man classifies himself as a strange old man. He felt, not only he classifies himself, he tries to label himself as a strange old man, but he tries to be so. This is something desirable, right? Look, from a previous page. I told the boy I was a strange old man, he said. Now is when I must prove it. I must prove that I am strange. More of this train. Let me see where we are here. Shift the card. If you're not tired, fish, he said aloud, you must be very strange. He felt very tired now, and he knew the night would come soon, and he tried to think of other things. He thought of the big leagues. To him, they were the Gran Ligas. And he knew that the Yankees of New York were playing the Tigers of Detroit. This is the second day now that I do not know the result of the Juegos, he thought. But I must have confidence, and I must be worthy of the great DiMaggio. Remember, DiMaggio is a great athlete in baseball, right? So I must be worthy. Remember last video, I think, worthy of all praise, seaworthy, right? Praiseworthy. I must be worthy of the great DiMaggio, who does all things perfectly, even with the pain of the bone spur in his heel. Okay, let's go by part. This is quite interesting. Imagine a rooster, okay? The rooster has like the 3 fingers of the claw, right? But they have an extra, like a thorn they use to fight, right? That's a spur. Okay? Now let's jump to a Western, movie. And you know that thing, like a little star they put on the back of their boots, so when they ride they can press it against the horse goes faster, right? We call spur as well. But bone spur, it is actually a condition. So you have here, imagine this is your heel, okay? So this is your heel. This is the bone of your heel, actually. And then your flesh is around the heel. Because of certain reasons, it's not important to talk about, your bone here will start growing, and it will grow a little spur, like the spur of a rooster I told you about. And of course, you're going to have like a thorn, inside of yourself. It's like a piece of your bone, like piercing your flesh. And every time you walk, that's going to hurt a lot, apparently. So that's this bone spur, right? Even with the pain of the bone spur in his heel. What is a bone spur? He asked himself. Una espuela de hueso. We do not have them. Can it be as painful as the spur of a fighting cock in one's heels? Now, you can connect. I do not think I could endure. I could stand, right? I do not think I could endure that, or the loss of the eye and of both eyes, and continue to fight as the fighting cocks do. Man is not much beside the great birds and beasts, because actually this happens, You have those cock fights, rooster fights, right? And by the way, you know that a cock here is not, it's the male of a chicken, right? And when they put cocks to fight, roosters to fight, sometimes they fight so hard, that they end up using their spurs, to pierce each other's eyes, and they continue to fight. Even though, blood is running from their eyes, they just keep on fighting. Besides the great birds and beasts. Still, I would rather be that beast down there in the darkness of the sea. Unless sharks come, he said aloud. If sharks come, God pity him and me.